Hello, future college students. We would like to educate you about a few certain terms you should know about before entering college.
The first term, Fracklin, an annoying guy who probably seems nice, but he really just is annoying.
And you want to kick him in the balls half the time, or at least after a while of knowing him. But don't worry, that's what friends are for. Eventually, you'll have sort of a system for figuring out which kind of guys are Fraklins. It'll be fine, don't worry.
You can recognize a Fracklin probably by the clothing. They normally wear a lot of brand names, Abercrombie, ripped clothing, generally very appearance-centric. You want to avoid them.
And they'll tend to do push-ups a lot. Oftentimes, you may find they get confused with a certain gender, such as being gay. It happens, definitely. And they may or may not drink. That really depends on the person. But you'll find they're very involved with not just their appearance, but also their Facebook. They'll tend to make sure that their pictures are, photoshopped several times over. And they'll definitely be very particular about how popular they are. So they won't allow you to say anything that may affect their negative image, even if it's said jokingly.
And they probably don't want you to take their picture.
Probably not.
Ever.
Ever. And then our next term is Bob Alert. I'm sure you've all heard of this somewhere point in your life, sometime.
Bob Alert is someone who has really awful body odor. Like this guy in my class who I had to work with the other day. I could smell his sweat even after I left the classroom. Terrifying.
The way you would use this term is, upon seeing that person, you would say to your friends, Bob Alert! And everyone would cover their noses and basically go the other direction.
Yeah, or you can just get out of the room and never talk to that person again.
Exactly, but warning, do not use Bob Alert if the person's name is actually Bob. That might just give a heads up.
Yeah. Our next term, Rachel moments. A moment of sudden dizziness.
An example of that would be if you're looking up on Google something like, where's the warm line? The warm line is actually the equator line. Use correct terms. And when it comes to things like, isn't Dakota Fanning that one guy in that one movie?
Isn't Denzel Washington a little girl?
Exactly. I mean, geez, those two are impossible to mix up. And then stuff like, are there really white people in Africa?
Where's Canada?
Exactly. Just stupid stuff like that.
Watch out for it in college. Happens to everyone.
But some people call them Bond moments. Anyway, in our last term are Thirsty Thursdays.
Thursday Thursdays are when basically everyone in the school goes out and gets crazy drunk. Kind of funny to watch if you want to.
Or you can flip drunks. But I'd be careful, because if you flip drunks, then the next time the drunk people see you and you're drunk, you're going to get flipped. So be careful. Watch
That's assuming they actually remember you the next day. Probably not.
You never know. Some people have good memory abilities. In any case, the worst thing possible, the most important thing you need to know about college, is that no matter where you go, there's always going to be something that goes wrong. Like, for example, yesterday we did a zombie apocalypse in our dorm.
Zombies. It happens all the time. I think it's because of all the drinking. If you drink too much, eventually you're gonna become undead. So there are zombies literally everywhere.
Exactly.
You have to fight them off all the time. Unexpected.
Unexpected. So watch out for those zombies, and good luck in your first year of college.
Good luck.